spay and neuter, dentals, and specialty surgeries, and then wellness. What does a wellness vet do?
People can come to us and you can seek treatment for even chronic disease things like pets can have diabetes, kidney issues, need to be on specialty diets, weight management, like all sorts of things. Our vets are seeing those appointments.
I wonder if I should stop up front and see if I can get an appointment with a vet for weight management. Like, can they squeeze me in? Trap, neuter, and release. Is it also trap, spay, and release?
Oh yeah. Depends. It's whatever we get. You never know what you're gonna get. There are these Humane live traps.
Yeah.
They are just like metal kind of boxes where you put the little food in and try to sneak them in. It locks behind them. We, to pre-med them and everything for surgery, need them to be in these special traps. They receive all the medical care they need. They'll be watched and monitored by like whoever, afterwards. Yeah. And they spend the night with their caretaker for the first like 24 to 48 hours just to make sure there's no surgical complications before they're released back in the environment that they were first picked up in.
Hello, my name is Candra and I'm the Director of Business Development here at Scoop Soldiers. And one of the fun parts of my job is I get to co-host the Find Your Gold podcast, where we hope to inspire entrepreneurship and maybe, just maybe, have someone watching be interested in owning a Scoop Soldiers franchise. And hopefully they'll reach out. Who knows? Maybe the person watching is going to be our next pet waste millionaire. You never know. Today we are, as normal, we're on the road. And even though Brittany is not a business owner, I can't help but pull in anyone that's in the rescue world. So we are here today at Paws for a Cause Vet Care, formerly Spay Illinois, which is why my tongue can't say Paws for a Cause Vet Care.
It's a mouthful.
It's a mouthful. So I am the board president for this organization, and we do such fabulous things. I could not help but bring Brittany in to share the world of spay and neuter and wellness. So I'll zip it and tell us who you are and where we're at and what you do here.
Yes, hi. I am Brittany Eslary, the Chief of Philanthropy Department here at Paws for a Cause Vet Care, formerly known as Spay Illinois. Yes, this year actually was a big transformative year where we rebranded, relocated, and are now offering full-service nonprofit veterinary care to the Chicagoland area. So for us at Paws for a Cause, we are in a brand new building. We have done very well I don't want to say hodgepodging, but like our old building was 2 units in a strip mall together, and we had the offices across the street and all of the things. And now everyone's under one roof.
Yeah, everyone's tripping over everybody and all those kinds of things. So now we have, how many square feet did we have before? And what do we have now?
Yeah, before, like you mentioned, there were like 2 kind of separate locations in the same strip mall, really about a third of the size of here. We're now in a 16,000 square foot facility. State of the art, just an incredible new space with all the equipment we need to become a full service veterinary care facility. And we're really excited to be here.
And full care veterinary services, I mean, obviously, like, you know, my favorite, I like my mutts with no nuts.
She's a spay and neuter girl.
There's no need for nuts ever. At least in the animal world. I would actually venture to say in the human world too, most of the time. But anyways, so I digress. So yeah, spay and neuter is such an important part to animal ownership. Like there's plenty of animals that need homes.
Yeah, it's really what led to the founding of when we were Spay Illinois before. We were primarily focused as a preventative care facility offering affordable, widespread access to preventative vet services like spay and neuter, vaccinations, the kind of annual routine wellness to keep pets healthy. But honestly, over so many years of growing and getting conversations with pet owners, we really felt the need for that full service, full life care to be provided to pets, for them to have an accessible solution from the minute they get their animal through their whole life. So that's really what motivated us wanting to become full service.
And I think too, like, and obviously, like, you don't have to be, I don't know how to say, like, anyone can come to Paws for Cause Vet Care, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
There's not an income requirement, none of that stuff, right? Anyone can come here. I actually say you should because we have really nice stuff.
Oh, 100%.
Like top-notch everything. And this new building has its own quarantine space. And I mean, we have dentals. We do dentals here now, right? Like specialty surgeries, all of that.
We always say low cost does not mean low quality.
Yes.
And we really are here and open for everyone to come visit for their pets' needs. But we do have focused programs, being a nonprofit, to help those where even our low-cost solutions might still be prohibitive.
Yeah.
We have something called Project Families Forever that is a fund where we're able to subsidize and offer even lower cost or free services for people to still be able to get what their pets need to keep them healthy.
And like that, doing that, we want the people that own the pets that need help want their pets in their home. Right? Like, so that's the goal. But also from the other side of it is if a person can't keep their pet in their home, they have to go to a shelter or they have to go to a rescue. And those are already full. So it's best for the family and for the community to keep that animal in their home with their humans, because we don't have space for anyone else.
100%. Another big driver of this switch over to full service is the fact that for years and years, we've always partnered really closely with local rescues and shelters and keep our ear on the ground about what they're saying, what their needs are. There's a lot of work in rescue and sheltering to do what we call like shelter intake prevention. These sort of the ability to, if someone was relinquishing their pet, if there was some kind of service or anything we could offer to help them keep their pet rather than have to relinquish. And that's a lot of times veterinary care can be one of the most expensive, most prohibitive things. So our ability to kind of like step in and intervene is huge. So yeah, that was beyond our Project Families Forever Fund. We also have the Rescue Relief Fund, which allows us to offer discount and free services to rescue partners who are other nonprofits that come to us. Right now we have 19 approved groups that we work with.
And that helps keep money in the rescue so that they can continue to do, it's all about money. It's all about money. We only have
a lot of times
so much money.
What makes the work happen.
Right.
And
it's
at the foundation of it.
And even to that point, we can do a lot of stuff here at Paws for a Cause that's free or low cost. But that also means that we need help from our vendors and our suppliers, and we need help from donors. And
100%. It's a huge group list.
This is
completely is
a big old wheel that's just turning and turning and turning. And if I'm thinking of like a mill, or like a paddle on like a
100%.
a boat, right? Like it's got to keep, one thing falls off and it's going to lock itself up.
And that cash money is that water moving mill.
It is. It is. How many daily visits do we see here at the clinic?
Depending on what we have going on, Mondays through Thursdays, we do spay neuter surgeries where our surgeons can see anywhere from 60 to 120 pets for surgery. And then at the same time, we're open for wellness appointment visits where we'll see hundreds more. We offer advanced surgeries and dentals as well. So really on any given day, it's up to about 200 animals.
That is cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs.
It's a lot. By the end of last year, we had seen just over 27,000.
No, that sounds pretty good. It might have been 27, 29. I remember it being a big number.
It's
a big number. It's a big number, and we are set up in this facility to be able to do more. Right?
100%.
We would love to do more.
Our capacity here will be eventually tripled from what it was. We're still hiring vets and still moving into the new space and getting adjusted, but the goal is to get there.
So I was before we kind of set up, I popped into the surgery room. Dr. Stacy was getting set up, and I asked her, we're short of vet today, someone's on vacation, and I asked her how many are going to be coming through. It's spay day, which means we're pumping them through. And she said that she thought they were going to do about 60. And 60 in a day, it's not a 24-hour day. 60 in a day is really from like 8 to like 2 or 3-ish, right? So her and one other vet, 2 vets, are going to do between 50 and 60 spay and neuters in like a very short amount of time. So I don't remember, what is our, do you remember our, like our spay and neuter times? Like a cat is done in like what, like a minute or something. It depends.
Like some of your larger breed dogs can take a little bit longer, but our high volume veterinarians are able to do a feline neuter in a a matter of minutes, sometimes under 5 minutes.
It's crazy. And so there is prep too, right? So we have vet techs, and we're a full service clinic. So that the way it kind of works is, there's everyone's got their step in the process, and by the time the vet gets to the table where the animal's at, it's already prepped, ready to go.
Oh, it's a well-oiled machine now,
like it is.
Because a lot of this team has been doing this for 15 years. Spay Illinois really incorporated as a nonprofit back in 2011. So
it's been a while.
Many of our veterinarians who work here now have been with the organization through that whole time.
And when we go to look to hire veterinarians, and regular veterinarians are fine, but we're high volume. So, your vet that you take your dog to in your local community maybe does a handful of spay and neuters a week, right? Maybe a little more, but they're not pumping out 50 to 60 to 80 a day.
We do
right?
have,
So-
our vets do tend to specialize in what
high
they're
volume?
doing. We do have high volume surgeons in spay neuter. We have one lead veterinarian doing advanced surgeries. And a lot of,
wait, hold on, what's an advanced surgery?
yeah, anything that's going to fall outside the realms of our spay neuters and our dental care.
Okay.
And this is a pretty recent development here.
Yeah.
In May, we became full service, meaning we're able to help with illness and injury through surgery. So any of those,
Like
your
knees
pet
and-
ingested something they shouldn't have, we can do an internal exploratory. Yeah, if we need to do an amputation, eye enucleations, anything that's more advanced like that. It is more time consuming,
But it keeps the dog in the home.
oh, fantastic program.
Keeps the
It's
dog in the
incredible.
home.
We're so thrilled we're able to do it now because, and especially when it comes to these more advanced surgeries, these can be the moments that we're talking about when a family is in a bit of a lurch, when
They have to
you
make
get
it-
quoted
yeah.
thousands and thousands of dollars to have it done and you might feel like you don't have an option. That's
Yeah.
really the gap that we're trying to fill here. Is to
Like you gave
work
me
with-
goosebumps.
But
Like,
it-
right? Like, because you come to like sometimes, myself included, you come to a, where you have to make a decision about your pet.
And you have
I'm
no
like,
time. You're like-
shoot, like I could either help my pet or I have to pay my rent.
Oh, 100%.
Like, you know, and that's where you
the
have
surgery
to-
can be more than rent. Like it can just
Right.
add up to thousands and
Yeah.
thousands of dollars. And we really want to like be that stopgap here so that nobody feels like their pet has to go without or has
Yeah.
to suffer because they can't afford what needs to be done quickly. So yeah, we work directly with a lot of local organizations, whether it's shelters and rescues who will triage people over to us,
Yep.
or other emergency vet clinics where they have a patient in the waiting room and the family is like, we cannot
do
afford
this,
this right
yeah.
now. They'll call us and we'll work
Yeah.
something out.
And that doesn't just happen overnight too. Like Spay Illinois has been around, well, Paws for Cause Vet Care has been along for a very long time.
Yes.
You guys, like, our philanthropy team does a great job. Our CEO does a great job keeping networked into the community so that
Yeah.
when someone has a problem and they're forced to make that decision themselves or the vet or a friend or somebody knows about Paws for a Cause and says, wait, before you have to make that terrible decision, just make one more phone call.
Oh,
Like, make one
exactly.
more
Yeah,
phone
we're
call
very
and
looped in
see.
with the other veterinarians too, because even though we are full service, we're not emergency. So we don't
Yes.
have people here 24 hours, Sundays, overnight. So if we do have emergent care needs here, then we have the relationships too to get those people where they need to go.
All right, so spay and neuter, and then dentals, and then specialty surgeries,
Yes.
and then wellness.
Wellness.
So what is included in a wellness, like what does a wellness visit do, or what does a wellness vet do?
Sure, yeah. So for the longest time, even as Spay Illinois, we were doing preventative care wellness.
Yep.
So when you need your annual packages of vaccines, microchipping, blood work, and things like flea and tick and heartworm medication, we've always done that. But now we've gone more advanced in wellness care and sick visits as well. So people can come to us Monday through Saturday, actually. We're by appointment only. And you can seek treatment for more types of care,
Like
whether
ear
it's ear infections,
infections or-
exactly,
Yeah.
skin allergy things,
Yeah.
even chronic disease things like
Yeah.
pets can have diabetes, kidney issues, need to be on specialty diets, weight management, like all sorts of things. Our vets are seeing those appointments now.
I wonder if I should stop up front and see if I can get an appointment with a vet for weight management.
Be like,
Like, can they squeeze me in?
ask him any question under the sun.
So I just brought like, what did I bring? Like 6 dozen donuts, and then I'm like, hey, maybe someone can.
This
get
is not
me
a
in.
human medical facility. We
But
do
I
what
mean-
we want.
But I can phone a friend. Yeah, no, the donuts are great. But okay, so yeah, wellness. Oh, I forgot about low cost vaccine clinics.
Yeah.
So we still do low cost vaccine clinics, even though we have a facility. So share with me what a low cost vaccine clinic is. It's pretty explanatory. And then where do we do them and why do we do them since we have this big building now?
So we are just based out of our facility here in Naperville. And on Fridays and Saturdays, it's no exam fee, these preventative care routine visits for vaccinations. And so we offer individual vaccines, but also as a recommended package for what is like routinely, commonly things to keep pets healthy. And what's legally required, like rabies vaccinations. And for dogs, it'll be like your distemper, bordetella if necessary for boarding and kenneling. We do microchipping as well, heartworm testing, and carry all the preventative medications. And we do those for cats and dogs. And that's kind of like basically a routine annual visit for a pet that's healthy and just you're maintaining that healthy pet.
So explain to me or explain to the viewer what, everyone knows what microchipping is.
Mm-hmm.
So how that process is done and what's important after
Yeah.
What's important after you get the chip put in, and you know, if you find a dog on the side of the road or in a subdivision, like where do you take it to get it scanned? Like, can you run me through
Totally
soup to nuts on that?
Yeah, so microchipping is to help if our pets ever get lost, which can easily, absolutely happen to any of us all the time. A door's left open, they jump over the fence, like anything can happen. And it's a small little like grain of rice size microchip that gets implanted between the shoulder blades of a cat or a dog with a unique code number that gets registered to an online registry. And so in the community, anywhere from fire departments, police stations, other animal controls, they have scanners. And actually, this was last year. I know the Chicagoland Humane Coalition that we're a part of. One of their big priorities was purchasing microchip scanners to give to local like fire departments, all that, and teaching them to look between the shoulder blades. So
sometimes look down the shoulder.
Exactly,
because
scan all around. So it's this fun little like device that you sort of
it
like
looks like it's from the 90s.
Yeah, it's
right? Like,
goofy. It's
chunky,
definitely silly.
It works.
But yeah, so we kind of have those at all local places, and animal controls and other vets know too, to search. So if you ever find a lost pet, anything like that, you can bring them to any of these community places or a veterinarian, and they'll know the first thing they'll know to do is scan for a microchip. And in the registry, that gets associated with you, the pet owner's phone number, name, address, information, so that they can get home safely without having to go to animal control.
So I would say one thing that I always try to remind people is that step one, get your pet microchips so we can find them. Step two is if you move or you change your phone number or you change all that, please make sure you update that information, because if you move and your dog gets found, they're not going to be able to find you if you've got the wrong phone number.
Safety stopgap that we do here as the implanting organization is when we send the registration information, which is done with the person's like information that you put on your registration form. We register ourselves as well.
Oh, perfect.
So we're the fallback, basically.
So then at least then if they've moved in a different city here in Chicagoland,
or we have updated information, we can reach out.
So what do we do? So what do we do if somebody has a pet is scanned and they can't find the owner, but they contact us? If we don't have the information.
Well, yeah, that's where it gets tricky. So you do want to try with all might to keep that information. And there are universal microchip registries as well that are free, because there are some microchip companies where the registration is an annual fee. So that is just something to consider when getting the microchip implanted.
But yeah, updating that information is
it's
more than just like, it seems like, oh, I should get that done, but you should really get that done. Because in my world, the day that I'm like, well, I'll do that on Monday would be the Friday that my dog got loose and I was in a different city. Like it never, timing is never perfect. So yeah, so that's great. Okay, so all those things are covered. So we are in a new building and we have lots of things to do. What's kind of coming up next for Paws for a Cause? Like where are we going? What are we doing?
Yeah, so we still are much in this growth pattern of moving into this new building and using all the space in all the ways that we can. I know that we're interested in pursuing even more advanced types of surgery, like acquiring an ultrasound machine and different equipment for the space. We are actively hiring for more veterinarians so that we can increase appointments and surgery. And we're just, everything is in a period of growth, really. We are hiring for technicians, things like that on staff.
Controlled chaos.
Exactly. We are actively recruiting more and more rescue partners to take advantage of the Rescue Relief Fund program. So really it is just like scaling everything that's going on.
We also are looking for additional board members.
Always.
We're always looking for additional board members.
And hey, you get to work with this press.
Yeah. Well, and then you get to work with Brittany. And like, as you can tell, like, so I've known Brittany for, I don't know, like 1 trillion years, which is...
It's been a long time.
It's been a long time, right? When you're a little baby Brittany and now you're all big grown up Brittany with like kids and a family and like, you know, all the
Weird how that happens.
Like, I don't know how, because my hair's always been gray. I was born with gray hair. I'm like 20, you know?
Hey, I got my first gray a couple months ago.
So baby's 1.5 years.
Put that in the podcast.
Yep. Yeah. 1.5 years, so that Clive can know, you know, like he's responsible for this one right here.
Oh,
right?
100%. Yeah. It's 100% his fault.
So let's talk a little bit about how we run this thing, right? Like, where does the money come from?
Yeah. So as mentioned at the top, we are a nonprofit organization. So it's a whole bunch of different aspects. We do make some money off earned income from people coming in for veterinary visits. And all that money is what we use to funnel back into programs like Project Families Forever and the Rescue Relief Fund. We also qualify and apply for grant funding through foundations, corporate entities, and vendors. And really a big piece of it is individual contributions from people that love the mission and want to be a part of it. And people come up with all sorts of creative ways to host a third-party fundraising event for us or make donations when they're here visiting with their pet. So it really is just like a little bit of everything. We also do fun events. Like right now we're in the middle of our Ales for Tails fundraiser with Mscatonic Brewery. That's like a voting competition to have your pet be the spokes pet on the front of their beer can. So it's all sorts of things like that.
And that relationship is like another great relationship. We've done it for
4 years.
4 years now. 4 years. And so Mscatonic is their beer's great.
It's good. Oh, and the cans are adorable.
They are adorable.
It's so cool.
Their restaurant's great. Like everyone go to Mscatonic because they're flipping fabulous.
Darien and Naperville.
Yes, Darien and Naperville. I've been to Naperville.
It's beautiful.
It's beautiful, right? The food's good. The beer's great.
And they have a full cocktail and wine menu too, which is great for us non-beer.
So what they do is they pick, is it one type of beer? Like we do a dog and a cat.
West Coast Wizard, and when they do the batch for October, their artist, their like can graphic artist, will pick our like winning cat and dog from the voting competition, and they render like a cute cartoony like tattoo style pic of them. It's adorable.
So the way we generate money, like our fundraising efforts here for that is when people vote, they pay a couple bucks or a buck or whatever it is.
It's $1 per vote.
Yeah, $1 per vote. And then, so we make the money off of that. And then you're going to have to correct me if I'm wrong. Mscatonic also kicks back a little bit on the sale.
Yeah, we do a reveal party when the cans are ready in late October, and the sales of those cases and 6-packs and stuff, they'll contribute back to us a little bit.
So if you're not don't have time to stop by for a meal at Mscatonic, buy a 6-pack and head home.
Exactly.
That's a great way to do. So we do that, and then we also we do other events, big ones, little ones. Like we do events at our Morton Arboretum. You guys were just there.
Yeah, we were just there. We're gonna be dogs are a big beer thing. We're going to Two Brothers in November to host our silent auction during the Bears game on November 9th. Yeah, it's gonna be really fun. So we do a lot of we have our large fundraising event is Ales for Tails over the summer, but we do smaller things throughout the year as well.
Yep. So one big thing, a bunch of little things, and then if there's somebody out there, I regularly, I'm not rich, but I regularly will make a couple donations here or there. Yeah. But we actually have so don't feel like if you've got an extra $20 and you're like, I also.
Oh, it makes a difference. Yeah, exactly. This has always been a extremely grassroots organization. From when Spay Illinois started as just a couple of volunteers down in central Kankakee, Illinois, throwing together MASH spay neuter clinics to what it grew into. Yeah. It's literally still every dollar matters. Yep.
And then there's corporate give back too. So we work with some companies. We'll do like a corporate give back where if you donate $500, they'll match your donation, that type of stuff. We also, we'd love to have people write large checks. Large checks are fun.
There's no opportunity we wouldn't pursue.
There's not. We will do a lot for money. in a lawful and respectful way. A lawful and respectful way, we'll do a lot for money. So that's we'll leave it at that. But then also, so I was talking to Kathy about I'm getting older. Right, as people get older, they can choose to leave some of their inheritance to a nonprofit. So can you explain to me, I kind of get the gist of it. That's not kind of something that I work with heavily here at Paws for a Cause. Can you explain to me how that program works? And if there's someone that's they also don't like dog nuts, and they believe in spay and neuter or wellness, or they want to help. How do they contact us to say down the road, I would like to help you continue my mission when I'm not here anymore?
Yeah, I know there are, even if someone has already or is looking to create their own will and estate plan, I know you can kind of reach out to your own attorneys or financial planning to help you set those things up. And that is where you would allocate that
Whatever,
you'd like to designate a certain amount of your estate to Paws for a Cause Vet Care. Any information needed from us, they can reach out to me directly or info to get like our official tax EIN number and all that stuff, that the nitty gritty that goes into your will. And then to, of course, let us know that that's a decision you made, because that is an incredible legacy. And we want to celebrate that and have you get all of our messaging and be a part of our little family here, because it's a big deal.
Yeah.
But I know that there's also like free tools online to set up wills. There's freewill.com and things like that, where you can kind of like DIY it and they walk you through the steps. And you can make those, you can choose your own designations during that time of what you want your legacy to look like, and split things up on a percentage or a certain dollar amount that you'd like as a bequest to the organization.
So what if somebody believes in our mission and they want to help, but they don't have any extra pennies in the bank? Like, what other things can they do to help, either here or another?
Biggest things to help, kind of like I was saying before, this has been such a grassroots thing. We don't have formal volunteer programs set up quite yet. There's a lot of like technically trained skills that need to happen. We don't have a lot of opportunities for the hands-on animal interactions here, because it's a lot of people's owned pets. But it's really helping us get the word out, sharing the message. If anyone's interested in attending like community weekend events, things like that, to flyer, stuff like that, that is a big, big help to us. Yeah,
there's always something. And again, like similar to donations and stuff, we'll get everyone.
Even sharing a Facebook post. Yeah, like it's really just getting eyes on the.
So then we have, like social media, we have, I'm old, Facebook, Instagram.
Oh, we have TikTok. We have a social media specialist. It's not me doing it. It's someone cool.
So we'll link all of the cool things that that the media people say. And then and it's not even just for Paws for a Cause, not even just for spay and neuter and wellness. If there is a nonprofit rescue, or even not a rescue, a nonprofit, anything that you believe in and your passion's in that, don't feel like I can't make a donation, so there's nothing I can do. There's always something somebody can do.
Everyone's always deeply welcomed. Yeah, word of mouth, just sharing about the mission and letting people know it's important to you. That makes a huge difference for us.
It really does. It's like we can't help the community without the community helping us, right? And if we're not here, right, like who does this? You know what I mean? Like who does this? Like how does this happen? And a female cat can have, what's the average? Do you remember the average of kittens?
No, but it's
a lot.
A whole lot. If you've ever seen the fun little graphic table where it's all like they fly out like a big pyramid. Yeah.
So one of our board members, Gloria. She's a board member with us, and she also volunteers for the Animal Rescue Foundation of Illinois. And she is, if I'm having a bad day or even not a bad day, I always go to her Facebook page. She is the sweetest person ever. And in her home, she has like probably a spare bedroom, whatever, in her basement. She has made it a cat room. It is completely washable. It is, and her thing is pregnant female cats.
Oh, we love our friends at ARF. They're here all the time.
Do you know she's allergic to cats? Gloria's allergic to cats.
That seems to always happen.
It does.
The dog people are allergic to dogs. Cat people are allergic to cats.
So she takes in, through ARF, she takes in female cats, and she mothers the mothers until they have babies, and she's there with them, and then she keeps the kittens till they can come here and then get homes. And so even if you can't help monetarily, there's always a way to help. Like reach out and find out.
Every element of this touches each other. So even if you want those animal interactions, volunteering at our rescue partners, like that is dual helpful. Helps them, helps the animals, and ultimately helps this mission.
So what do you think? Give me like 2 or 3 misconceptions about spay and neuter.
Spay and neuter.
I would never spay and neuter because of.
Oh, okay.
Like what are those like the world things? I saw something on Facebook, and it may or may not be true. I do not know. About I don't know which. I'm not going to say who shared it, but about if you don't spay and neuter your dogs or cats. It was your dog. Your dog's knee ligaments. I know. Maybe true. Like if you don't spay and neuter, their joints will be bad. I don't know if that's true or not true. But then my first thought was like, okay, so then maybe my dog I've had dogs my whole life. I've never had knee problems with my dogs.
Yeah.
So let's say we don't spay and neuter because we want their knees to be better. And if that's true, how many, now I'm getting angry.
No,
how
I
many
know.
other animals are going to be born and then be stuck in a shelter and be euthanized somewhere else but hey, they got good knee ligaments.
It is. I would say when it comes to spay neuter, it's really everything's in the positives category.
Yes.
Whether it's for your animal individually for their own health, it's preventative of certain types of cancers as they get older.
Like ovarian cancer and
you're
uterine
going to see improved behaviors. And their quality of life is just enhanced in so many ways. So for your individual animal, it's huge. It's incredible. It's very positive. And then to your point too, for the community at large, for animals who are currently in shelters, when we're just inundated with litters and litters of puppies and kitties with nowhere to go, spay and neuter helps prevent that a lot. So it's just like got so many benefits from the individual level to the macro level of our communities. And then another misconception, which our organization hopefully is a stopgap and a help for, is that it's prohibitively expensive to have it done. It's our goal to make sure that pets are receiving spay and neuter care that they need. So no matter financial circumstance, contact us. We will figure out how to help.
Yep. So tell me what do you think? Give me a misconception of a spay and neuter clinic, like a low cost. I know I did that because it is a low cost clinic. Like people are like, I don't go there because they're low cost.
Well, and that's totally fair concern.
Right,
you know,
right.
We love our pets. They're our entire worlds. They're our family, and your primary concern is that they're going to be safe and that they're going to be healthy and they're going to be treated with care and compassion.
Yeah.
And that's 100% the mission behind this as well. This is in no way.
Like we're not
trying to cut any corners.
Right. Like we're not in some dingy, dirty building in the back.
Top quality.
We're not using butter knives to do surgery.
From honestly surgeons who specialize in performing spay neuter. This is what they do day in and day out for the past 11 years, or as long as I've known our medical director for 7 years being here. This is primarily their specialty. So
it's what we do.
You're receiving some really, really high quality care here.
Yeah. Yes.
And a lot of people that like to cuddle your animals. So.
I know. I'm not. So when we got in here earlier, they were bringing them in, and I was like, I can't wait till they're sedated and I can go in there and pet them through the cages.
She's not here every day.
I'm not here every day.
No, it's other people.
I get that too. Like when I had my pet sitting business, people are like, I love walking dogs. I'm like, but do you like walking dogs for 8 hours? In the right?
Exactly.
So I see the puppies and the kittens, and I just want to snuggle them all up. And then that's not always. I mean, I get to do it.
Oh, that used to be my favorite part back in the day when we were in the smaller facility. Yeah. I was like, I'm not a medical person, so I don't get full access. But afterwards, I got to be the lady that was
held them
after they've recovered and are cleared by the technicians. I'm like, would you like a cookie?
I have cookies.
And then it dawned on me that I'm the first face they're seeing after they wake up, and they might blame me.
Oh, well, I mean, but they're not going to your house, so I'd rather them blame you than Dr. Stacy, right? Because if they got to see Dr. Stacy again, I want to make sure. Well, they probably wouldn't.
Exactly. They're just like, that brown-haired girl made me woozy.
Yep. So I peeked in one more chunk I want to cover. I peeked in one of the rooms because I can't help but not peek where there's animals, and we have some TNR cats in. So can you explain to people what TNR is? And
For sure.
And I'll probably have follow-up questions because trap, neuter, and release is
it's
my jam.
Trap, neuter, and release. So if anybody has ever encountered or seen community feral cats out in the wild, it really is an effort to help control those populations, both here, city, and rural areas, because these are cats that don't necessarily have someone legally responsible to care for them. There's a lot of different laws and regulations in different municipalities, different counties, different cities have different rules about where feral cats can live, if they're admitted into animal control. So it's like a hole that we all know is there, but nobody knows where it goes. Sure.
Right?
Yeah,
so it's not a person that surrendered their cat. It's not someone that their cat got pregnant and they need help. It's a population of cats.
There's all sorts of reasons why they end up out there. Whether they got lost at some point and were unaltered before got out and multiplied, or were left outside or got outside, whatever it is. And these populations have grown and became their own little cat colony communities. And really, so we provide care for them here. And it's more than just spay and neuter too. It's rabies vaccine. They get microchipped. They get their little ear tip to identify them. And we'll provide care treatments. Like if we see one of them's injured and needs that fixed, flea treatments, things like that, to try to keep those populations as healthy as possible in the wild. Build that trust with humans too, because they're interacting with us and we're all living in the same spaces. So it's another thing that's just so beneficial to everybody. So we offer a feral cat package for spay neuter surgery here, where people can, if they're out trapping or if that's your jam, or you work with a feral cat organization, you can bring them here. And we also had our own team here that was working on a specific project down in Bourbonnais. We were out there trapping cats over the spring and summer to try and control a rapidly growing population down there.
So is TNR just neuter? Do we just like trap, neuter, and release? Is it also trap, spay, and release?
Oh yeah. Depends. It's whatever we get. You never know what you're gonna get.
Well, like, you can't.
Yeah. So pretty much,
male cat parts are not always immediately
discernible.
Yeah. Like that's a cat.
Yeah,
like,
it's so easy to think you know one. But so what we'll, depending on who the partner is, they'll be out trapping, or if somebody like, you're like, oh, they're in our neighbor's yard or can get them. There are these Humane live traps. Yeah. They are just like metal kind of boxes where you put the little food in and try to sneak them in. It locks behind them. And then it is safe for our staff to handle them, because a lot of times
they're not,
these cats are fractious or spicy. And so we, to pre-med them and everything for surgery, need them to be in these special traps. They receive all the medical care they need. They'll be watched and monitored by like whoever, afterwards. Yeah. And they spend the night with their caretaker for the first 24 to 48 hours, just to make sure there's no surgical complications before they're released back in the environment that they were first picked up in.
Yep. So the project that we're talking about, the area in Bourbonnais, we've been going down multiple times.
Actually, another bunch of them are coming up tomorrow.
Yeah. So we go out, we set the traps, give them some yummy food. Hopefully they're like, "Ooh, I love that."
Exactly.
They go in, door shuts. We go back out. We have our own van. We bring a van full of feral cats back in, and then they get spayed and neutered and wellness, all the things.
The van smells great.
I bet you it does. Because intact cats spray.
Yeah, they do like to pee.
They like to spray, and spraying is pee, but it's not.
It's funky.
It's funky. It's an odor that you were like, oh,
it's special.
Yeah, it's special. Yeah. But then after they're all fixed and literally fixed, make sure that the incisions are good, and then we send them back and we let them go to where their homes are, right? Yeah. And then they live the rest of their life there, not making any more cats.
Exactly.
So a project like that can impact that community. It still has the cats there because that's their home too.
Yeah.
But we're not making more
kittens.
Cats.
Exactly. Because even in that specific community we've been working with, there are so many people who are the caretakers for these cats. Yeah. They're not their cats. Yeah. They just showed up on their doorstep, so to speak. But they're down there caring so much about their health, making sure they have food, water, everything they need down there.
Yeah.
And so yes, this helps make it not become so out of control.
Yeah, because it can get out of control.
And it gets dangerous when you have big populations. So not only about the spay and neuter, it's the vaccines too. Because if you have communicable disease going around, and people might have their own pets at home, resident pets, you don't want exposure to things like distemper, pan-luke, those things. And so the vaccines can be really, really important.
Yeah, it really is. Yeah, and like a gaggle of cats roaming through a subdivision or wherever they're at is not only terrible for them, but it's like I said, a bunch of them can be a nuisance in a very loving way.
I know.
Right?
When things get out of hand, it can just get dangerous really quickly.
It does.
And these
crossing roads.
Exactly. I was going to say, especially in communities where people are living, there's increased chance of getting hit by car, things like that. We just really don't want to see that happening.
Yeah, no, I would rather not too. So, well, we do a lot of great things here. I could spend hours and hours and hours talking to you about all things.
I know, I probably could too.
We probably could too, right? But we appreciate you coming on. We're gonna, share all of your information. We will, all the social media, all the links, that kind of stuff. If you have any questions about spay and neuter or wellness, whether you're in Illinois or wherever, Brittany would be happy to answer your questions, because the goal is...
And if you're not in Illinois, we might have referral contacts in other regions and states.
Right. Don't forget to reach out and ask. I mean, she's always happy to help. And again, our podcast is meant to inspire entrepreneurship, but inspiring in general is kind of the goal. If you've got free time or a couple extra pennies in the bank, we would love to have them.
Yes.
We would love to have them. But yeah, it's important to spay and neuter. It's important to be a responsible pet owner. And yeah, it takes a community to raise this community. And we're very thankful that you have been with us for so long and you keep doing all your wonderful things. So, but we'll link all of our stuff below. Again, if you love our podcast, you love our information, you want to be inspired more, hopefully we can keep doing that and keep checking us out.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah!